been your host on the Business Today show. We are so sorry. We have had technical difficulties tonight. It's been very, very challenging being under the pressure. I have the beautiful Tammy Richie joining me tonight. I am so honoured to have her here. This woman is a powerhouse, and some of the things that she is doing is absolutely phenomenal. Tammy is a lifesaver, entrepreneur, mentor, change maker, and multi-award business winner, a trainer, an international speaker, a motivator, a motivational expert, leader, co-author, book contributor. But what lights her up most of all is being around her, being a lovely wife and a proud mother to 3 beautiful children. Tammy, how do you fit it all in one day?
Oh my goodness, Kelly, just like yourself, you know, when you're a woman on a mission, I don't know, somehow you put your different hats on and, you know, you get into that mode and things just happen. Things just roll. I think it's focus, absolutely focus.
It definitely is. Hey,
yeah.
Just getting all the stuff that you want to do. And a big thing for me, Tam, and I know that this is going to be one of your big things, is too time management.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You have to calendar down and you have to be present where you are with whatever role you're in, whichever business you're running, or with your, if, you know, as a wife or as a mum as well. You've got to be there for that moment, and time management is definitely the key to all this. Yeah.
Absolutely. So you are doing some absolutely phenomenal things. Like, I don't even want to start, but what we're going to do is I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and then we're going to get right into it so that you can then share with everyone out there about what you do and how you can support startup to small businesses or businesses that are struggling, because the Business Today show is all about businesses supporting businesses. And what the reason why I started it, Tam, was because I was going to so many expos and working with so many different people in their businesses, and they don't understand business at all. No. And when we offer their services, sometimes they just are in a hobby business because they're too scared to make that next step to really, really own their business. And at some time or another, I was there, and I'm pretty sure at some time or another you were there as well, going, you know, do I take this step? Do I not take this step when we first step into business, right?
Yeah, I can totally understand how people feel, and, you know, there's definitely fear that holds people back. But, you know, when you actually work on those limiting beliefs and actually get and see that your power is, you're so powerful, and what you're doing is nothing about you. It's about the other side and about the other people, and you focus on the outcome, magic happens. Because, Kelly, like, it wasn't a decision for me.
Yeah.
When things seek you out and when you're so clear on where you need to go, it just comes to you and you just follow, you know, like, and you have the faith to follow the divine energy. And I guess that's what happened when I had my life-changing decision. It was no longer about me. I was blessed that my little boy survived, and I needed to save that. I needed to get all that messages out to the world. So I could have gone back to my engineering and not been fulfilled, but something inside of me was churning. My soul was churning so bad that I went, how can I have knowledge and not share this to the world? And I'm sure your viewers are exactly the same. And as you were saying, there's people out there that, just playing down because they're scared. What will people say? What will people do? What will people think? You know, we all have voices, but it's about acknowledging that and acknowledging it's okay. It's on your shoulder. Smash that little voice away and do the you need to do to tune into your heart. Once you tune into your heart, it's 16 times more powerful than your head anyway. All you have to do, all your answers, it's like your yes from God that's come down inside you. All you got to do is follow and have that faith. And I can understand a lot of people out there are fearful of that. But you know what? It's our jobs as leaders to actually, you know, be the leaders, be the change in the world that we need to see, be the crazy ones in the world that people are watching going, what on earth are they doing now? Because it inspires them, and then we can teach them what we've done. Yeah.
Exactly right. And isn't there a saying, I can't remember the full saying, but it's the ones that think that they can change the world that necessarily do, or the ones that think they're crazy enough to change the world that actually do step into that role and change the world.
Exactly, because even going through school, like they want us to conform. They want us to be in the same uniform, to be the same people, we are different people.
Yeah.
We are all unique. We all have our unique gifts, and so another passion of mine is to get into the schools, to get in and educate these beautiful souls that are there, to show them they're enough, to boost their self-esteem. This is what I even do right now, but it is definitely a mission, because it's your uniqueness that makes you shine. It's the square peg trying to fit into that round hole that doesn't fit. That is your difference, and that is what we tune into. And you know what, when you are so clear, and I guess I was blessed recently to do Roger Hamilton's I forget what it's called, it's like a personality profile kind of thing.
Yeah, the wealth dynamics profiling.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And so, like I'm in one of his programs and still haven't finished all the work. But anyway, I did the wealth profiling, and it was absolutely phenomenal. When you acknowledge and see your gifts that you have, you know what? And you just work with your strengths and your gifts and outsource everything else flows. Like I'm just so blessed at the moment. I've got these amazing superstars that that I've manifested into my life, because I'm not going to say that, but they've got these amazing gifts, and they actually do what I am not very good at, and I do what they're not so good at as well. So in business, with your viewers, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to know everything. All you need to know is where you're going. Right? As a leader, just be mindful and open to seeing the other people that can assist you to get there, because you don't have to have all the answers. And that's one of the most powerful things that I've learned.
Yeah, exactly right. And by not having all the answers and just getting in and doing it anyway, when you're actually going through those processes, the answers come, or people come into our lives. Like, sometimes it's been really remarkable for me being in my businesses and going, whoa, I know I need to do this, and I just don't know how I'm going to do it. And, within a matter of hours or a day or two, somebody will pop up and we'll get chatting, and they go, well, I do this. I'm going, oh my gosh, where have you been? How come it's taken me so long to find you?
Absolutely. My life is like, I am known as the manifesting connections queen, because synchronicities absolutely happen every single day. And my little book of miracles that I'm going to be writing one day shows that, because things will hold us back if we have a big dream and a big vision. Like when my little boy had the near drowning incident, and I knew that I had the media support, and I knew I needed to use that to help others learn from that mistake. Now, did I know what I was doing? Absolutely not. Did I have a business plan in sight? No way. What I knew was, I knew where I needed to go. I knew that every single parent or every single person has got someone in their life that they love, and their life can be turned upside down just like mine was in 20 seconds. Did I need to know what I was doing? No way. That business, First Aid YUCAN2, I'm so proud to announce that it's won international awards. Like, you know what? And I didn't even know what I was doing. All I knew, I needed to get there. And sometimes when we focus on how to get there or how to do it, it's going to slow us down. All we need to do is focus on where we're going.
Yeah.
Be open to those synchronicities that you just mentioned.
Absolutely. So, Tam, we're going to get into asking some questions, because I think you've highlighted some things in our little chat about how you got started in business. So can you share with us, how you got started in business and why?
Absolutely. Now, this story is going to probably tear a few people up, because it still tears me up. It's very, very, very emotional. But I am here to make a difference in the world. So you know what? When it stirs your soul, it stirs my soul, it stirs everyone's soul, and it's going to cause you to act, okay? And cause you to understand that your message is not about you, but about others, and your message is a gift, that comes to you. So I was an engineer. I met my wonderful husband aircraft as a Top Gun romance. So awesome for 17 years, and I worked in a male-dominated field. I absolutely loved it. So for all my engineering mates out there, hey, you know, I did some amazing things, did so many leadership roles and stuff like that as well, and I'm so blessed and grateful. But we moved to the Gold Coast, and when we had our last child, who's now 14, he was a baby at the time, and we moved into our home, one of our first homes that we were able to live in, that we purchased. So it was pretty exciting. My husband was at Bunnings getting child locks to make sure the house is safe, and I decided to hook into the kitchen. The only person who was in my care at that time was my then little boy, who was just 16 months of age. He never used to go anywhere. He used to sit and not move. That day I was unpacking boxes, and I was so grateful during that period, because during that time when I was an engineer, I worked full time. I raised 2 children, 2 girls as well. And I was also at uni studying teaching. So I was crazy busy. In those times, busyness, we failed to see what we need to see. So I was grateful during that time that I actually had the time, the space to be able to meditate, to be able to tune into those messages in my heart that I needed to see, because that's what I got that day. When I was unpacking the boxes, I got this awful feeling, and I couldn't dismiss it, that something was wrong. And I looked up, and to my absolute horror, my little guy was not within my sight. Part of me, my brain was trying to tell me it was okay, that he'd be painting my walls with my makeup or something silly like that. But my heart would not allow me to sit there. It pushed me. It was my intuition that pushed me to go looking. And I didn't dismiss it. So I chose to listen, and I chose to go. But I didn't go to where it led me to go, which was the pool. I decided to look all through the house first, box after box, room after room, and I couldn't find him anywhere. The last place that I wanted to even go was the last place that I did look, which was the swimming pool. So as I took my steps closer to the swimming pool, every parent's worst nightmare suddenly became my reality. Yeah, and I'm teared up right now, but when I saw him, he was fully clothed, he had a nappy on, and he was gone. He was unconscious. He was floating on the top of the water. This absolute horror came over me. And I knew I needed to get him out of the pool, but I was screaming for help and no one came. There weren't any neighbours home. There wasn't anyone else home. I've got this lifeless little boy in my arms, knowing full well I needed to call 000. So I raced inside with him in my arms, tried to call 000 on my home phone, which wasn't even connected. Everything that was meant to help me failed me in that moment. I remember racing inside thinking, oh my goodness, now I've got to find my mobile phone. And then this power came over me, because I stopped for a moment and I breathed. Breathing is one of the most powerful things that you can do. I know we breathe to survive, but when you breathe in that moment of chaos and you slow down, it allows you to tune into your heart. And it allowed me, even though I was trained in CPR and it was chaotic, I didn't know what I was doing. I was crazy, because it was like, at that time they used to teach all different, people, like different ages. And so I was like going, oh my goodness, I can't remember what to do. And then when I breathed, it allowed me to calm myself down. It allowed me to go, it is not about you right now. It is about that little boy. And if you don't get over yourself and do something, just anything, he's not going to be alive. Because sometimes in life, how often in life do we have to do things perfectly? And if it's not perfect, like starting a business, for instance, if it's not perfect, like we won't start it. Why don't you start and then work on it? It's just what I needed to do then. I had to get over myself. I had to lay him down and I had to do something. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. Did he survive? Absolutely. That moment when he started breathing, and I could not believe it, changed my life forever. I then found my mobile phone. I called 000. I had to wait for 15 minutes for paramedics to arrive whilst I was keeping him alive. But when they arrived, it felt like the world had been removed off my shoulders. I knew it was a gift. And I knew how many other people, when the paramedics arrived, they could not believe that he was still breathing. They grabbed me, they cried, they immediately immersed me into the media, and I knew then I needed to make a difference. I knew then that everything that I'd learnt during that time frame, which you can slow right down, was so powerful, and I knew I needed to get it out to the world. And I knew that I had to overcome fears to do that. I was meant to be going back to a career of engineering, and I had to go, you know what? I can't do this. And my husband's disgusted initially. He was like, what on earth? I need to just get out there, and I needed to get out there and be known and meet people and build relationships, because that's what the power of business is. And those relationships now that I've built, that I've spent the time building, having the coffee, sharing what other people's journeys are, have come back to really, you know, bless me now, because it is all about relationships.
So Tam, let's in that moment that you had your son in your arms and you couldn't find your mobile phone and you're doing CPR, how long did it take you to bring your son back to life?
It was on the second rotation. So the first rotation, you know, I think I did, it wasn't 30, it was, I don't know, 20 something compressions, followed by some breaths. And then I started it again, and it was on the second lot of the breathing that he started breathing. And then I knew that he was meant to be with me, you know. I'm part of an identical twin as well, so I have these superpowers. She's passed away, but she's with me, and I'm still learning a lot because I was adopted as well, but I felt that she was pushing me, and so I felt like I had superpowers during that time. And it wasn't about me, it was about him. And when he started breathing and the paramedics arrived, I just could not believe it. It was such a blessing, such a gift. He's now 14, and I get to watch him every single day. I get to watch every single milestone.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just so grateful for the blessing that's come. And that was the start of me getting over myself and into the business world.
Wow, what a journey. Like, holy moly. And that was so emotional. That was like a moving, soul moving moments.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just you sharing that with me. Like, I've got 4 children as well, and that is just a mother's worst fear ever in the whole entire wide world. And you have now gone through that, overcome it 14 years later, now supporting different women and men and other people going through their journey in so many different aspects of what businesses you're actually doing, which is touche to you, Mama.
Thank you. Well, I guess
high five.
Yeah, high five. But I guess what happens is we all go through stuff, right? And whether or not we become a victim or we rise above, you know, like, I mean, I didn't have the best childhood, so I was used to focusing on the outcome where I needed to go. And it's like anything in business that we start, you know, any business that we do, it's the same thing. We're going through COVID right now, okay? Where do we choose to focus our energy? Do we focus on what we're missing out on, or do we focus on the opportunity? You know, sometimes we see things and we're going, you know what, I'll be happy when I get to this point. I'll be happy when I lose X amount of weight. I'll be happy when I get to this point in my business. I'll be happy, blah, blah, blah. What if you could just choose to be happy right now? That energy that you're putting out there is going to manifest and bring in more and more and more opportunities. And that's how it all kind of happens.
Yeah, cool. So my next question is, when did, like, obviously you just asked it, when did you know that this was your calling?
Yeah, there wasn't any mistake. Absolutely. Everything I do every single day, you know, there's rituals that I do every single day.
Yeah.
And I absolutely have the faith to follow the divine energy. So I feel like Dorothy, and I've actually got some red shoes too on the Wizard of Oz. I'm a yellow brick road, because all I need to do is tune in and focus. Whenever I've got a question, I go out to nature, to Mother Nature. Like, I'm blessed to be on the Gold Coast and put my feet in the water and on the sand, and I just ask, and the answer always comes to me in my heart, because it always does, and we all have this gift. But the thing is, sometimes we choose to go into our head, and our head is there to protect us. It's obviously fantastic, right?
Yeah.
If you listen to your head, how many times have you had opportunities come up and you get so excited, you're like, right, I'm going to do this, I'm so excited. Then you go home and you think about it. And then other people, family members might say something, or other friends are putting naysayers around, and it slows you down, and you kind of go, what? And you never actually start the thing you wanted to do. But if you could just keep your rituals going and have the faith to follow the divine energy and just follow that. And that's what I've done every single day. I know that I'm here for a purpose. I know I'm chosen to be here, and I'm here, I'm a change maker, and nothing slow me down. Like, you know, I'm absolutely here to make a difference in the world. And I do believe obstacles happen. So that was one of the obstacles, but I've had several that I've had to overcome. And exactly the same way I've overcome every single one is to choose to send the focus on where I need to go.
Wow. So Samar, and I know he's one of your business partners, and I have spoken to him. And he's saying, he's asking Kelly, well, he's saying, ask Tammy this question: where do you get all your energy from? Where do you get it?
Samar, that is hilarious. Yes, he's like going, oh my goodness, this woman's coming to my life. For those of you that don't know, Samar is my business partner in Sonara, and I've known Samar for over 10 years, I think, through personal development. We've done a lot of healing together with some of the world's best experts, and I'm so grateful to have him. He's my IT online marketer guru person.
Yeah.
And yeah, and so he kind of goes, what on earth? How many people does this woman know? Like, and he's just trying to keep up. But in the same sense, as much as he's like, you know, he's just absolutely loving the journey as well. So the energy comes from tuning within.
Yeah.
Like just giving myself every single day. The first thing before I even get out of bed is gratitude, meditation, you know, doing my rituals, because that's giving me my cup. My cup is full.
Yeah.
Doing things for me. So I used to be the ultimate people pleaser. These are things that I needed to learn to overcome. You know, like I was running around looking after everyone else, but my cup was depleting. But the moment I learned, hang on a minute, I'm already enough. What if I actually did something for me, and the energy that comes from that, you know, and you teach your children all of those things as well. So yeah, obviously I look after myself in health wise as well. Fitness is a big part of my world as well. So all of those things are helping fill my energy cup up.
Yeah, absolutely. So you have a few businesses, well, more than a few.
Yeah.
Do you want to just give a little bit of a description of the 3 businesses that you have for me, please, Tam?
Absolutely. So First Aid YUCAN2, I've spoken a little bit about that one already, and I'm so proud because that one is a highly sought after business. I train a lot of the uni students and tourist sector here on the Gold Coast and Brisbane, and also training people online through Zoom as well. So that offers nationally recognised certificates, as well as first aid tips courses as well. So if there's mums and parents that are out there, I put packages together to look at the most common things to that particular audience and put a package together for them. They don't need to have a certificate certified course, but a lot of legislative purposes, you know, I train people for that as well. And what happened then is YUCAN2 came about. How that came about is because loads of people asked me, hang on a minute, how did you go from engineering to that? So there was a reason why I did that. And I've blessed to be immersed in personal development with some of the world's best leaders, such as T. Harv Eker. I'm so grateful for him. Lisa Nichols, who's one of the most highly sought after speaker coaches in the world. David T.S. Wood, Tony Robbins, the list goes on. I believe surrounding myself with those that bring me up higher, and being, who you surround yourself with, you become. So it's been an investment for me to make sure that I get the best of the best, because I knew that I had a vision to come around. So when people come and they asked me, there was a book that I wrote with Sarah Chambers, and I co-authored that book, and it's called Ditch the Ladder, because a lot of the tips in there as to how I got out of the corporate world into what I'm doing are in there, in that book. So YUCAN2 is helping people get over themselves, because people ask how I did it. I don't want them to be stuck and unfulfilled like I was in a career. Like, I mean, I loved doing what I was doing, but I got to the ceiling of where I was going and I was no longer fulfilled. And then I manifested this massive tragedy that woke me up. We don't need the tragedy to wake us up, to be able to tune into our heart space and to, you know, really nail our why. What we do need to do is we need to learn tools and tips that can help us tune into that heart space, so that we don't need to manifest the tragedy. And yes, it's overcoming fears. And yes, it is interventions. It's about going to that first limiting belief, which I take people to on my workshops and retreats, which are around the world, and I make them face it and take them to the other side, so then they can open up to their why, to their purpose, their truth. And I'm so grateful. There's a lot of people that have got products and stuff out there now. Friends of mine have come to the workshops and have been as a result of that. And some of the other things we've done, I remember Living Your High Life workshop was just fun, you know, like put this together, and I'm a bit nutty, I'm a bit crazy. I'm like, what can I do? We're going to live like we've already achieved 5 years into the future. Pull out the carpet, we're on the cruise boat, we're on having nice dinner at restaurants, and we're just like in that role, and we're living that role like make believe for that day. And I made them go on the red carpet and tell me what they'd achieved in 5 years' time. And do you know what? Within 3 months, every single person from that actual workshop, that was just a one-day workshop, achieved everything they set out to within 3 short months. They were like crazy testimonials. So it's all about helping people, you know, lead them through, get out of the head and into the heart.
Yeah.
Help them discover their why. So, and deciding that they can do that and that they can invest in themselves. So I'm really grateful for that particular company as well. And the last one is during my time, I've had to overcome a lot, as I mentioned. So not only childhood stuff, not only finding my little boy unconscious, he also had drug overdoses, you name it. And I was there each time to help him, right? But also in my own journey, I also broke my back twice. I had major surgery. I had to learn how to walk again. That does not define me at all. I've actually run half marathons, Kokoda Trail, all those kinds of things since, because I'm not going to allow it to hold me down. And mindset is the thing that helps me with that. So that's another thing with Why You Can Too. I also, unfortunately, was diagnosed with 2 autoimmune diseases along that journey as well. And what I understand through my own journey and through my children's, I've also got children, one of my children that's been very sick for 8 years. We've had to fight to keep her alive. She's been on heavy treatment. And so not only did I have to learn my own on going through personal pain myself, but there's something worse than your own pain, and that's seeing your own child, you know, fighting for her life in a hospital over several times. You know, 8.5 years is heavy treatments and blah, blah, blah. So I know myself having that heavy weight of not being well myself and still trying to keep my head up and not yell out to the world that, hey, I'm not well. You know, trying to still be the best mummy I could be, the best wife I could be, the best business I could be. But I knew I needed to, just like I've overcome all of those other things in my life, I knew I could overcome this health. I knew that whatever I could do holistically, that it was a brain switch. And as long as I could find the best products and also do a lot of the healing, and it's that mindset, because if you tell yourself you're in pain, guess what? You're in pain. But if you tell yourself you're not, you can overcome. So over 8.5 years, I was not well. But when I got to 8.5 years, I regained my health. I'm in remission right now. And so when I was in remission, the specialist could not even believe it, because he thought, you know what, this is you for life. And initially I was like, what? That doesn't make sense. How could I have this? And I was on a mission from that moment to do that. So so people then, without even me advertising that part of my business, people just naturally could see this energy. They're drawn to this energy and they say, hey, can you help me, please? You know, and I'm like, you know, far out. What are they seeing in me? I'm like, have I got something on me? Of course I can, you know, and we were blessed to manifest this beautiful property that we live on the Gold Coast. Not only is it aesthetically beautiful, but I was drawn to the energy because it is a healing place. We're blessed to have healing Indigenous trees on this property as well. And I had my own experience with it, positive experience with my own health. And so I knew then that that was going to be a part of my journey, that I came here for a reason. So when people start coming to ask me, can I help? Obviously, I'm mentoring them. I'm telling them different products that I used in my own journey and my children's journey as well. And sending them trees in the mail. So my kids are like wanting me to go on this show travel guides, you know, the show travel guides. They're like, hey mom, we should go on travel guides. And they're like, they're sending in the application, and they're like on the thing, they're acting as though it's me, and they're saying, mum, they want to know what's the craziest thing you've ever done in your life. And I'm like, oh my God. And they're saying, would it be that you send leaves to people in an envelope with a butterfly on the back? So transformation. It's like, no, you can't say that right now. You can't say that right now. But, you know, it's just kind of like, I love them being part of the journey as well. And I've been so blessed to holistically heal myself. And since as a result of that, you know, I know the pain of being sick. I know the pain of being able to get out of bed, but I'm not going to let this hold me back. And so I'm really grateful. So I jump into life. I jump into adventures. You know, I've been with COVID happened, right? But I was already asked to represent the veterans because I was in the military at the World Life-Saving Championships, which was meant to be happening in Italy this September. But then COVID happened.
Oh my gosh.
So I started training and everything for that, and then COVID happened, and I'm like, what? This is nuts, you know? But I'm never going to say no to an opportunity because I'm like, what? That's crazy. They don't even know my journey, but of course I'm going to go. So, you know, over COVID, I'm sure they'll have it back again. So I'll be in Italy before we know it.
Yay. Well, I've never been to Italy, so if you want someone to carry your bags, just let me know.
Yeah, that's it. That's awesome. My husband's actually from Italy originally, like years ago. So we thought, we were definitely going, and we were packing the bags, and we were going to do a tour, and it was just amazing. So yeah.
So as a strong, powerful woman that really does not look at any obstacles as something that's going to stop you from doing what you want to do, what would you say that one of your toughest struggles in business has been?
Oh, look, there's always times that we go through and you're like, oh my goodness, it's not me. Jeez. Yeah. And you wake up and you just want to have a chill out day. But it's impossible because, you know, there's always stuff to do, and you just think, and then your mind keeps on ticking in going, oh, look, just go back to your engineering. You know, there's jobs out there, you know, you're going to get paid well. But, you know, so that's that talk. So we all go through that sabotaging beliefs, I suppose, and the limiting beliefs. And it's really important that you do have the self-talk to realize that remembering it's not about you, it's about the impact that you're making in the world.
Yeah.
So, I think I did mention about regaining my health before, but I didn't really mention what Zanara actually is, because that's the last business.
Yes.
And came as a result of that, what I'm just talking about as well, because Zanara was people contacting me, coming to my light, asking me for help, me not charging anything. Like, what do I charge for people for consultation? I don't know, you know. I'm just like, they're just coming to me. I'm so grateful someone's coming to, you know, and I'm giving them my time. I'm pouring my love. I'm sending them leaves. I'm sending them different things, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then I went, well, hang on a minute. What if I actually had an affiliate, you know, thing, a system? And kind of started that myself, and then that became a bit of a pain because I was like suggesting people go buy this product, that product, and then I'm having to take their money and pay. It just got really messy. And so I was really blessed to meet this manifest, this amazing guy. He came into my world and he showed me what was possible. He was like, I was like, I just want to have a platform. It's my vision. And instead of like feeling like when I'm speaking at an event, I'm like, well, hang on, do I tell them about this mosquito trap that we've got created? Or do I tell them about the Gumby? What do I tell them about? Do I tell them about the defibrillators? Because I've got all these products myself, right?
Yeah.
And I felt like a used car salesman, and that is so not me. So I just thought that the solution to that is to create a platform in which all of my products could go on, and then all of my friends' products that had created their own, or other people that have got incredible products as solutions for today's problems, which are natural, healthy, or life-saving, all come together in a collaborative community on that platform, and we affiliates being paid by directing people there, you know, and then it's a marketing platform. So I had no idea how to do that, but I didn't need to. I could just see it as already done, as I've done with everything else in my business, and the right people came, and that's why Samar's, you know, been attracted into my world, and he's the expert in that space, and I'm so grateful for him because he's put all the crazy ideas together along with my other partner Michael. There's the three of us together, and Samara is a platform. It's a marketing platform for all these products, and for customers, they can have range to be able to have, you know that everything is being checked, and so that trust and the truth on label. And affiliates have the chance to get paid, but merchants also have the place to come, join the community, collaborate, and expand their reach in a massive way.
That is awesome. So it's like an online shopping mall.
It is, absolutely. And it's all just for natural, healthy, and life-saving products. Yeah.
That is awesome. And where can people find that? What's the website?
So it's Zen, as in ZENARAH.com. And I've got to tell you that we started off with the brand Organica. And we quickly changed that because we did need to go global from the beginning. So we got Zanara.com. And after we chose Zanara.com, this is not so long ago, so I was like going, yeah, I agree. We had a bit of a brainstorm because we had to change the name for that reason. And Zanara, after we actually created it and we put it out there, remembering that I've got the indigenous trees on my property, which is the whole thing that stirred my soul to show me that this is what I need to do, and collaborate with the Aboriginals to help them get their message out there to the world and give them jobs as well.
Yep.
But what the actual name means is God's gifts. God's gift. And it stems from Aboriginals. It originates from the Aboriginal name. And we didn't know that. Again, divine. There's all these divine interventions that keep on coming in my world. And so totally grateful.
So Zanar is a word from the Indigenous First Nations people of Australia.
Yes.
Wow.
Zanar.
And what does it mean?
It means God's gifts.
God's gifts. Okay, so yeah. Okay, no worries. Wow, isn't that amazing?
Yeah, and again, like when I was talking to someone this afternoon, because when you're in the space of this energy and you've really got a mission to create and change lives, people seek you out. You don't seek them. You know, like people come to you, and that name, oh my goodness, came to us in a big way. And again, working with our strengths and stuff like that, everything in that business is just flowing. We're growing, we're adding new merchants every single day. So you need to go and have a look. There's a whole heap of categories there. I'm just so proud. I'm so excited. And it's been a visualization that I had that I see as done every single day. And to actually see it coming together and to see the difference that we're making, it's just warms my heart. And it just, I want to inspire other people to know that, you know what, just as much as if you've got your products, you've got a platform to put it on. But then also, if there's a journey or there's something that they see that isn't quite right.
Yeah.
COVID has happened. It's given us time to come back to community. Also, consciously be aware of what goes on and around our bodies, because, like health there's nothing more priceless than our health. It's a gift, So online shopping, people are doing more and more of. And as T. Becker said just the other day, or when I was on a call with him, give people what they want. And online and healthy stuff is what they want, and we'd already manifested this and created this and started 18 months ago, so it was the perfect time to launch. Again, another divine intervention.
Nice, Tam. That is so awesome. Congratulations on that. And to you too, Samar. I know you're watching. We're watching you. And thank you for sharing that. That's like really, really awesome. I really love that. I'm going to go and check out your website and share that around, because so many more people. I only use organic cleaning products and organic, everything in my house as much as I can, or if I can't, I make my own. And it's really, really important to be in that space of, looking after our environment, looking after our health, looking after ourselves, looking after our children, and educating them on why we do that as well, so that they don't just think, Mum, there's none of that. We normally get that. And I go shopping with them and I said, well, there's none left. They go, just get another brand or something. I was like, no, can't just get another brand, because it's not the same. And it's not Australian made, because we do Australian made as much as we possibly can to support, our local communities and businesses and all that kind of stuff.
Well, there's actually a story. So when I was in the military as an engineer, I got the opportunity to do the Kokoda Trail, 144 SAS soldiers and me. And, it was in appreciation. They didn't expect me to say yes, and I did. I'm not a no type person. So I went boots and all, had to carry my 25-kilo pack on one of the hardest walks in the world with some of the toughest people in the world. And I'm actually writing a book over it because it was really powerful, the lessons that I learned. But when I came back, see, I went there and I could only take limited things with me because I had to carry them. Now, it's 8 days in the jungle when you're just wringing wet from sweat. And so I wanted to wash and try to keep clean every day. So I was doing it in the creeks, and I'm washing myself. And as I'm washing myself, unbeknownst to myself, there's snails and mosquitoes weeing and whatever in the water. And I'm ingesting that through my skin. And when I got home, I was okay. But 6 months later, I was fighting for my life. I got so sick, and I call it the ooh squad again, because the military had all the professors coming around. They hadn't seen it. I was highly contagious with this thing. It's called schistosomiasis. It was eating my liver, and it had been ingested through my skin. So they quickly could contain it, put me in isolation for a few weeks to look after it. Again, someone else taking me away from the world, hiding me away. But they dealt with it at that time. But that also meant that I was away from my kids and my family and blah, blah, blah as well. And it showed me that, oh my goodness, that was from water. You know, I'm washing myself. What about our clothes? What about everything that we're putting on?
Yeah.
What about, we often think about what we're eating and stuff like that, but it's more than that. So my cleaner was cleaning my home. She only uses her own natural products that she created. Now, she's one of my clients because she's my cleaner, and I got her into one of my workshops, and I totally did an intervention on her, and I kicked her up the bum, and she's out there, and she's launching her products and putting her products, Currumbin Valley Organics, on Zanara right now as we speak. I've been mentoring her for the last 12 months. So, because her products are made with essential oils, and they, you know, the place smells beautiful when she cleans, but also it actually works. And so we need to be consciously aware of all of those, and not only for the environment, not only for us, but to coming from someone that's been unwell before, because when I got sick, that was the thing that triggered my autoimmune response. Okay, so I got sick from that schistosomiasis, and then I went downhill from there. And there is a lot of emotional stuff as well, but it all happened at that same time. So we need to understand that we need to be looking after ourselves, and particularly now with COVID, we see the importance of our health, and we need to reserve that as much as we can.
So your cleaner, does she actually sell her products on Zanara?
Yes, we're loading them in the next couple of days, I know. And then I had another friend that I've helped her do her skincare line, you know, and she's one of my clients as well that came to my workshop. And you have to do the work. Like, you know, it was tough on them and do interventions because they're limiting, you know, some of them are limiting beliefs. I remember one of my beautiful friends that came, and she's like, oh, you know, yay, I've earned enough money to pay my rent this week. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You pay your rent, but hang on, when are we going to go out for a coffee? And she couldn't afford that. You know what I mean? And it's like we need to be open to the abundance and not shut it down, because unless we're open to the abundance, what kind of difference can we make in the world? Do you know what I mean? So I'm open to receiving, and I am open to receiving because of my bigger why, my bigger difference, my bigger impact in third world countries. There is so much to do, and us leaders need to come together to make that difference. And it's programs like, you know, my first Aid YUCAN2, and Zanara that are actually allowing that to happen, facilitating the change.
Nice. I love that. I love that so much. We have to kind of get that out there more so that people can actually start to see. So are you just doing cleaning products and skincare? Is it food as well?
Yeah, so oh my goodness, just like 2 days ago we spoke to this amazing guy that has organic meat even. I don't know, I know there's probably a lot of vegans out there as well, but but he also has you know, like he has not sprinkles, like what do you call it, herbs and spices, as well as rubs, those kinds of things as well. Anything you can imagine that is natural, healthy. We've got a whole range. We've got mum's baby care as well. We've got proteins. We've got you know, just anything you can imagine, fitness equipment, even pet equipment. My beautiful puppy at the moment, her name is Daisy, and she's a gorgeous Labradoodle, and she's a breeding puppy. So she's actually on heat at the moment, and so I still want to take her to the beach, and so I've got these undies that I put on her. She's got proper nappies as well. I've got these undies that I put on her when I go to the beach, and everyone's taking videos and taking photos, and I'm like, oh my goodness, there's such an opportunity for, you know, bamboo. You can just see bamboo pet care, and that's definitely something we're bringing.
Bamboo pet undies.
Yeah, that's it. But another thing as well is, okay, so I've got a survival pack. So I was also blessed to do a survival course when if our aircraft broke down in any terrain, we needed to be in a classroom, learn it, and be immersed in it. It was 4 weeks in the jungle, desert, all these kinds of things, right? Everything that I learnt during that time, we've put into a survival pack called Survival Aussie. So that now, with COVID, you know, you saw all the crazy shoppers. They're out of toilet paper. They're out of blah, blah, blah. You know what? We were so blessed during this time that we're in our homes. Do you know, like this is a national, international, global pandemic, but we're in our homes. What if next time we're not in our homes? How do we survive? Do you know, these survival packs are going to be a hot item because everything that you need to survive will be going into those packs, and that's going to be on Zanara as well. We have first aid stuff. We have defibrillators. So there's a lot of life-saving stuff as well because of my other passion as well. My Gumby leaves will be on there as well. We have bone broth. We have collagen, because I've used collagen to help regain my knee. I had a really bad knee, and it's just all the things that, you know, I've used or can totally recommend are on that platform already, but we're actually expanding every single day.
That is so amazing. And you and I can speak probably for days on days and weeks on end.
Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing all that. And that is just going to support so many different people around the world. It's not funny. And to be able to provide the information and the knowledge on why they should actually be using it in the first place is really, really important, I believe.
Yes.
A lot of my new friends that I've manifested into my life are big believers in having to research their stuff that they want to use in their families and in their homes and stuff. And you've cut all that out because everything on Zanara is you've researched it. So nobody else has to do that.
It's more, I manifested a toxicologist. So we have a resident toxicologist that can check everything. And
that's Michael.
Yes, Michael is.
Yes.
So he does all of those kinds of things, and so that way then it is truth on label. So what it is, and people can actually have that reassurance to know that it is what it is and where it's come from. Yeah,
that is so good. Oh, that is so awesome. All right, well we'll be announcing that a little bit more throughout the show. So my next question is, what advice could you give a health or wellness seeker that's in their business journey now, that's just starting?
Okay, so health and wellness guru, that's that. Yep. Okay, so continue to do your meditation and your rituals every single day, and surround yourself with the people that are going to hold you up and keep you accountable. It's really important when you first start out in business that it's too easy to procrastinate, you know, particularly if you're working from home and you've got washing to do, you've got kids nagging at you to do this and all that kind of thing. But what you want to do is, if you hook up with someone that is of a similar nature to you, that's like-minded, and you can do an accountability call just for 5 minutes each person each day to check in, and you can put out your intention as to what you intend to achieve within that 24-hour period. Because as much as we let ourselves down and things come up, it's really difficult to let down that other person. So you know they're going to show up on that call and they're going to ask you, so how did you go with your intention? Do you know what I mean? So having an accountability partner is absolutely essential and crucial and a valuable part, as well as just believing in yourself and tuning in and seeing and feeling, see, hear and feel where you need to go and see it as already done.
Yeah, absolutely. So have the end game in mind to be able to then work through that process.
Absolutely, because it's kind of like Stephen Covey brings it to parties so well. It's like, start with the end in mind and bring them back. A lot of people, they're not starting because they're too scared, because it's got to be perfect. It's got to have this done, that done, this business plan, that part. Whereas I am an action taker. I'll jump. And then, you know, you can adjust along the way. And there has been some times where I'm like, what on earth, you know, and I've had to restabilize and redo. Yeah. But you know what? That's the way that you're moving. And progress. Always focus on the progress that you've done. And each single day, look at something. You know, you may feel sometimes, we all do as entrepreneurs, you might feel that you haven't achieved much during that day.
Yeah.
Every single day you need to go, what did I achieve? Even if it is getting out of bed, even if it's getting the kids to school on time, or picking them up on time, or doing something like that. It doesn't even need to do anything with your business, but getting that win allows the energy to flow in. And remember, energy begets energy.
Yes.
You want to remove that negative energy and fill it with the positive energy, because it's the positive energy that will continue to go. Yeah.
So I have a saying that I use probably nearly every single day, which is progress. It's progress, not perfection.
Absolutely. That's
Yeah.
right. That's what I said to you earlier. It's like, you know, I'm the most perfectly imperfect person you'll know, because I don't strive to be perfect, because I don't, otherwise you'll just never get anything done. It's just like,
Absolutely.
and do it anyway. And if you can inspire people along the way, then that's gold.
Absolutely. So, where can people find all these beautiful businesses that you have? I've got the three websites along the bottom, but are you on LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter? Are you all them?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So basically, if you just find my name, Tammy Richie, Richie, and it's Tammy with a Y, then you can find all of the different platforms as well. There's a lot of Facebook groups, a lot of Facebook pages and stuff like that as well. But it's all Tammy Richie on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter and everything as well. Yeah.
So if anybody wanted to work with you, like to support them in their business in whatever way, shape or form that would be, which business do you work out of to support them in that space? Is that the YUCAN2.com?
Yeah, so YUCAN2 is probably the most common one, where people can contact me there, and then from there they can ask if they need first aid training, or put a package together that suits their particular group for that kind of training, or if they want to book me for a speaker I speak internationally as well, and I'm a leader as well, so if they want to book me for any of their speaking events, they can go there as well. Or if they want to join in on any retreats or workshops and then want to find out about Zanara, it's all there as well.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you. And have you got any up and coming events where anybody can join in, or?
Wow, well,
Molly,
guess what?
Of course you do.
Well, since COVID's happening, so how I actually got connected with yeah, I'm going to talk about your event in a second, but how I got connected back in with Samara. Samara actually asked me to be his speaker on health internationally, which was such an honor, to speak in places like India and also Australia, but also Singapore and Malaysia and places like that. And it was a real honor. But then COVID happened. So when he came and we were discussing it before COVID, he was like giving us all this incredible advice on Organica, which is what we created. Michael and I created then. Excuse me for a second. And so it was like, oh my goodness, hang on a minute. You're so incredible. Like, COVID's happened anyway. So I asked him then to come along and to join. But watch this space for what Samara and I bring into the world. Because, yeah, we are big believers of being leaders and standing in our power and being the change we need to see in the world. So we're launching something else really, really soon as well, which we're really excited about. And it's a little bit hush for now. As far as going.
I know all about that little secret.
But another thing as well, so obviously we're in COVID, so there's limited stuff that we can do. So we are going to be doing a lot more stuff online with speaking and stuff like that as well, mainly to give back, because as you're saying, there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there, a lot of people out there that have lost their jobs even, and they don't know what to do next. And they're like, their soul's being stirred, they don't know where to go. So we're going to be offering these gold nuggets and tips and our journeys and why we do what we do to inspire other people, and they can come along to those events for free as well, and it's all about us giving back as well. But of course, Kelly, there's your event coming up, so with your wonderful book launch, so I'm one of your wonderful hosts that you'll be coming to my beautiful place on the yes. And so if you want to go and check out that, that's on the 7th of June, is it the 7th of June? Yeah. So we'll pop the link in below as well. So we've got 4 hosts total. So Kelly's going to be like on a red carpet. She's being treated like royalty for the day. She's the expert. It's her book launch, and so she's going to be going to each of the hosts' place. And there's an opportunity for people to come to the host houses, to the individual houses. We can have up to 10 people at each home as well, and it will be outside as well, but we'll be fully entertained. So Kelly, you'll be treated like royalty, driven around in a beautiful luxury car, red carpet treatment all the way to the front front door. And then when she's inside, what you can expect by coming to that event, and Kelly, I'm sure you'll put the link below for this event, but when you come, you're going to be networking with these amazing people, and also you'll have the opportunity to hear Kelly's story as well as to why she's doing what she's doing, why she's created her book as well. There's going to be, it's fully catered as well, so there's going to be beautiful food, coffee, filtered water, but we're a chance to get together. So not only with Kelly, then Kelly will move on. It's a progressive thing. So Kelly will move on to the next place. She'll get in on a red carpet and get in the car and drive off to the next destination. And so, you know, there's 4 of us that are scattered around the Gold Coast in Brisbane. So you can choose which place that you want to go to, and we're opening our doors up to support this beautiful lady in her mission with her book, and to just get out there and meet more people. So I've shared the event on my page. So if you're one of my friends, I'd love to come and see you at my, I know that some of you have already said that you'd love to come. I think the cost of that is just $99. And not only do you get a copy of Kelly's book, but you also get the food, plus the chance to network with some amazing people and some beautiful, inspiring knowledge from Kelly as well. So.
Yes, and I'm also putting a little gift pack together for everybody as a thank you from me to everyone, and I'll have special gifts for my beautiful hosts, just like you, Tammy. And that's all.
Oh yeah, mum's a word. Nothing is going to be said. But also, once we're over COVID as well, like Samar, we don't even live in the same city. Beautiful Samar is from India, but he lives in Sydney, and we've created this business since COVID. So we've literally pivoted and been resourceful. Not only has my first aid training gone online as well, which I'm so grateful for, but also we've launched Zanara during COVID, which is absolutely nuts, but absolutely meant to be. So once we're over there on the other side of COVID, look out, because we will definitely, Samara will be coming to the Gold Coast. Yes, I'm going to make you come. And we're going to be celebrating that launch as well, because we really want to celebrate, because we have launched it, but we haven't been able to get together to even see each other and even cuddle and just, you know, dance like crazy.
Absolutely.
You know, the moments of celebration is what you need to, and that increases more energy again. So I hope to look forward to seeing you at Kelly's event soon.
Nice. And thank you so much, Tammy. Do you have any last words that you would like to leave any of the viewers that may be stuck in their businesses? COVID's probably, you know, may have, you know, stopped them from achieving different areas or aspects of their business. They're, you know, just stuck. What is your last words for them right now?
Remember, happiness is a journey. It's not the destination. Do you know, like, it's okay to get that toilet roll. If you're not in the right place and you don't feel fulfilled, it's okay to rip it up and shove it up and throw it away. And, you know, surround yourself with people. And the fastest way for you to do things is to surround yourself and to accelerate your success is to surround yourself with people that are already doing it. So contact Kelly, myself, whoever you resonate with, and ask us, you know, to hold your hand, to help you, because that's what we're here for. Because, you know, we've done our journey, we're doing our journey, we're loving our journey. You too can have so much fun every single day, and life is such a short thing. So get out of your own way, get out of your head into your heart, and discover your why by deciding you can.
Yes.
Because you can. If I could do this, guess what?
You can too. Thank you so much, Tam, for joining me today on the Business Today show. You have such absolutely beautiful energy. You speak amazingly, and you have so much to offer this amazing world. And I wish you all the best with you and your businesses, your business partner, Michael, and Samar, and everything else you're doing. And I am so extremely grateful and honored that you have accepted my invitation to be one of my hosts for my progressive book launch. And I can't wait to celebrate these special moments that we're creating in the world. And I look forward to maybe hosting one of your progressive business launches coming up. So that'll be exciting.
Exactly, because life is here to be lived. You know, surround yourself with people that are go-getters, like-minded, and, you know, all about fun, and just make life fun. Yes.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for joining me, and, you know, your beautiful family. Thank them because you've given up your special time to share your message with people all around the world.
Thank you so much for having me. It's absolutely my pleasure to be here, and I'm so grateful that you thought enough of me to ask me to be on your show. I really hope that I've been able to stir some souls and to inspire some people into action. And remember, we're always here if you ever need to chat.
Thank you so much, Tammy Richie. You're amazing. So that is www.zanar.com and www.yucan2.com.au and www.firstaidyucan2.com.
Yay! You did it! Awesome.
I had to say it really fast before it left on the show.
That's it. You did a good job reading that.
So thank you everybody for joining us. My name is Kelly Kingston, your host. This show is brought to you by the Wellness Business Academy. Businesses supporting businesses. If you are stuck in your business or you are procrastinating, not knowing what the next step to take in your business, please reach out to beautiful business owners like myself and Tammy and any of the other previous speakers that I've had on any of my shows, because everybody is so willing to support and help anybody in their businesses. We can't do it for you, but we can absolutely support you, guide you, and give you some tips and tricks on how you can step into your business and flourish and sustain yourself and your family. So have a beautiful evening, a beautiful morning, or a beautiful day wherever you are on this amazing planet, and don't forget to shine your light. Bye for now.